will be gathered together and synthesized, distilled into improvisational comedy by the no-show players, everyone. But before we get to any of that, it has been 2 months since our last show, and in that 2 months, news has happened. News that which I have written joke. So let's learn about what happened in about the last 2 months since our last show. So there was a new study that found that male killer whales are less likely to get into fights with other killer whales when they have postmenopausal mothers by their side. This makes me really imagine that these fights just get replaced with killer whale trash talk. Like, dude, you are so lucky that my mom's here. They fucked you up. They came a little more Wookiee than whale, didn't they? Wookiees and whales are very similar. And a telescope in Chile, astronomers for the first time have detected 2 planets sharing the same orbit. That's how bad rent has gotten. Even planets find a place to live. Oh boy. Worms that had been frozen for 46,000 years in the Siberian permafrost have not only been found by scientists, but reawakened. Wow. Oh, sounds worried. But don't worry. Upon reawakening, the first thing they said was, "What? I slept through my alarm. I had a test today." I still have those dreams. I am 36 years old. Still have stress dreams about exams. A genetics company called Sept has started selling bull semen with a genetic trait to produce cows that burp less. Yeah, less burping from cows. Now the hope is that it'll reduce the amount of greenhouse gases they produce, but has a side effect of improving their table manners. But I also really imagine going up on Amazon and being, I'm going to order 40 gallons of bull semen. It's for the environment. We have in India, they had a big celebration, becoming the 4th nation ever to successfully land on the moon, touching down in the unexplored polar regions. This is touted even more as a more cost-effective space program, but stressing that it's a cheaper price just because India likes you so much, and don't tell your friends they got such a great deal on getting to the moon. Meanwhile, Russia, their Luna 25 lander, crashed into the moon and was destroyed. Russians apparently forgetting how to do soft landings after using rockets to blow stuff up so much. They did it, not me. If they just landed on the moon, we would have let them pass. I don't know if that's true. Scientists have developed a brainless soft robot that can escape mazes without the assistance of human or computer intelligence. They're using what's called physical intelligence. So it's a rotini-shaped little robot that the shape allows it to wriggle out of the maze powered only by the heat in its environment. As we're trying to think of, we've always been wondering about what are the possible applications of this other than learning this, how to better build soft robots. So far they've come up with the world's messiest pasta that wriggles out of your throat as you eat it. It's the only application we got so far. We're going to keep working at it. It's very impressive. 8,000-year-old village built on stilts was found beneath an ancient Albanian lake, the oldest of its kind. There's still a lot we don't know about the people and why they built this stilt village, but I fear it was an entire village of carnival clowns. They're on stilts, the village on stilts, it just makes sense. Researchers in Alaska have discovered a large collection of dinosaur footprints on a vertical cliff. They believe the vertical nature of the rock is how it was so well preserved from erosion. Also, it confirms the existence of dinosaur Spider-Man. So the Spider-Verse is real, and it's amazing. This was a surprising one. May have gone into the normal news too. The massive floods at this year's Burning Man triggered a mass emergence of sea monkeys, a species of brine shrimp that was sold to me in the back of Archie comics when I was a kid. These little extremophiles lay dormant in the desert where Burning Man is held every year, but a buttload of rain fell, causing them to hatch. It is unclear how many partygoers were confused by seeing thousands of shrimp just appear out of a desert and thought they were having a bad trip. Some emergency services in Atlantic Canada are looking into bringing back the ham radio as part of their emergency communications plan. after the Hurricane Fiona shut down many of the more modern communication systems they were using. So just to be sure everyone's using the proper lingo, you're not radioing for a doctor because my grandpa is going to die of a heart attack. You're using this boat anchor to eyeball a stethoscope before this Elmer goes silent key. Proper terms, guys. Gotta get it straight. The James Webb Space Telescope identified a molecule that is known to be produced by life on an exoplanet. So the telescope detected methane, carbon dioxide, and most importantly, dimethyl sulfide on a planet 120 light years away. So dimethyl sulfide, if you don't know about this, it comes from organic processes. Specifically, it's that telltale smell you get when you boil cabbage. So again, methane, carbon dioxide, dimethyl sulfide. Farts, burps, and boiled cabbage. Aliens might exist, but they definitely smell terrible. Enough my news jokes, everyone!